from Sky Sports.
Hello, Mikel.
Hello.
Thanks for your time. 3 out in the last week. Flo, Kieran, Nuno today. Good thing for them and for the club.
Well, we're working together to find the best possible solutions, and we found them. And I think the players are happy, and the club in general. I think we did some good business as well.
With Balogun, it's obviously a permanent deal and a good deal as well, because pure profit, an academy graduate, and I think a 17.5% sell-on clause as well.
Well, we didn't have now space for him in the squad to give him the minutes that he needs, and he did really well just last year in his long period, and he's evolving the right way. And he wanted as well the chance to continue developing his career. He's going to a really good club that have huge experience on developing talent, as everybody knows. So really happy for him as well.
It's deadline day. Are you as excited as the rest of us?
You should be tired. You've been doing that for many months. So I think it's the end, at least here in the UK, not everywhere, but at least here. So yeah, let's finish it in the right way.
Mikel, Arteta, deadline day, MADD, mad. Is it going to be a mad one or a serene one for you?
For me, serene. I don't have to do much more work. It's more all the recruitment, everyone, the boys, trying to finalize a few things still today.
And that'll be outs, obviously, because you did your business for ins early on.
Yes.
Can you bear with us if I play a little game of stay or go?
In what sense? Please come in, you mean? I don't expect nobody to come.
Stay or go? Rob Holding, stay or go?
No, I'm not going to reply anything, you know that.
So it's not stay or go, it's no?
There is nobody else coming in that we don't expect. That's what I can say.
On stay or go, obviously not staying with you in this international break, but going on England duty. Eddie, you pleased for him?
So pleased. If someone deserves in this squad, that's him as well. An academy player that had some moment, when his pathway wasn't very clear and he had to fight it through. And I just love his mentality, his work rate, how much he loves this game, and how hard he's fought, to be recognized at that level in this country, to play there. You have to be phenomenal at something, and I'm so happy for him.
Do you take personal pride in the part you've played?
I think everybody that's been involved in his development obviously feels extremely proud to be part of that journey with him, and so everybody that was here at the academy with him, everybody that has been in that journey, his family for sure, they're extremely proud of him. So really nice moment for him.
Manchester United, always a big game. How important is it that you put down a marker this early in the season with a victory?
Well, that's what we want. Obviously, we know the history between the two clubs and the games that we had in the past as well. Last year it was a really good example. So it's going to be an extremely competitive match, really a big battle on Sunday. And obviously we want to come away from that with 3 points.
Alice from the Premier League.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
On Manchester United on Sunday, as Gary touched on there, billed by many as a huge fixture, despite how early into the season we are just now. How much do you view this meeting as an early indicator of both clubs' credentials for the Premier League title?
I don't know. I think it's that early in the season. We all want to win games. We want to play the best possible way, and that is not going to dictate. But obviously, it gives you momentum. It gives you belief. And before the international break, it's always very important to finish well, to win your game, and go back now in September with another block of games before the next one with a high.
Both league fixtures last season between you and United were pretty gripping. I think 9 goals scored between you. What is it about this encounter that makes it such a high-scoring fixture?
Well, first of all, the quality of the players. Obviously, there are a lot of offensive top players in the two teams, and they as well probably the approach of both teams, the way they want to play. There were some errors as well there involved, which hopefully we can eradicate as well. But normally it's a very entertaining match.
Yeah, you remain unbeaten after 3 games, 7 points from 9, a return only bettered by ManUtd so far. You spoke though of your frustration at points lost in Saturday's draw against Fulham. How much do you feel that last season's title challenge has raised expectation around the club's ambitions this season for yourself personally and also for your fans?
We raise the level in everything that we do every single year, and we have to demand each other more and better, and this is what we do. And when you see the reaction when you draw a match, I think it's a great indicator of where you want to be and the demands that you put to yourself.
Yeah, and finally from me, you've been fairly experimental in your lineups in your opening games so far compared to last season at least. I just wonder, how happy are you with the effect that those changes have had on the team as a whole, and how happy are you with your players up to now?
Really happy. I said against Fulham, after watching the game twice, that we played 10 times better. I don't know if it was 6 or 10, but we definitely played 6 or 10 times much better. But this is about results, and one thing is to play really well, and the other one to compete really well. And what we didn't do is, when we had to compete in certain moments the best possible way, do that. But play 10 times better. I reaffirm you again.
Mikel, just on that, what is it that this formation that you played last week and this defence that you like so much that makes you play 10 times better?
What formation is it?
Well, you're the four at the back, Partey at right back, and then you've got Benwer, Gabriel, and then Kirill at left back. What did you like so much about that?
I think we discussed formations in a different way. In the other day, there were 36 different formations in the match. Against Manchester City, 43. So I don't know what formation we talk about. For me, it's something very different. Maybe for the wise that you look.
No, but I think a lot of people look at the teams you picked and would say that the back four you picked last season was so successful.
The personnel is different, yeah.
Yeah. So is there a chance that you could revert back to that for the Man United game on Sunday?
Well, I played different against Manchester City, and there were 43 different structures in different phases. Every morning I come from my house to Colney. Sometimes I leave at 6, and I need to go in the windscreen because it's icy, and at 6 o'clock normally I go Finchley Road and then A41 because it's faster. Now Finchley Road is 20 miles an hour, so sometimes I take a back door. But then I go on an M25. But depending if it's a school ride, and that time I take one exit. If it's after 7 o'clock, I take a different exit, and then I go. And one day I have a flat tire. What do? I have to replace it. Maybe I take a different road because the garage is there. So every game is a different story, guys. Different story.
Okay. In that case, then, forgive me, but are you tempted to play the side that was so successful for you last season?
I cannot do that. I have different players. I cannot do that. Zinchenko was injured. Granit is not here. How can I do that? Unless we bring them back, I think it's not going to happen. It's different, and it's going to be different. And it is going to be different because it's a different season, and this is the beauty of it. The beauty of the thing that I enjoy the most, that is new. And we can still do much, much better at a lot of things. Let's do that.
And is Zinchenko, will he be back for Sunday? Because he's so critical to the way you play.
Well, Zinchenko is a really important player for us, you know, like he was Jurien. What Jurien was giving us in the first few games, it was incredible. But he wasn't there, so we have to do something else. And we have another injury, and we're going to have to do something else. And if Bukayo is not there, we're going to have something else. So the N25 won't be good enough. Maybe we take another one. But if I speak to a taxi driver that has learned the whole London for 20 years, I know nothing comparing to him, because he will tell me all the streets and options and the best times.
M25 is very bad at the moment, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Depending on what time, though. I'm telling you, at 6 a.m. is okay. At 6 a.m. take it. It's the fastest way.
Hi, Mikel. Hope you're well. You've spoken, obviously, already about Eddie Nketiah and how pleased you are about him being in the England squad. Are you surprised that Ben White's been overlooked again by Gareth Southgate?
Ben has been incredible since the start of the season again. And obviously we know that he was there, and what happened is totally down to Southgate and him to make that decision, that call whenever it is necessary. But he certainly has the level, and I think he's proven that over the last few years.
There's been speculation about Emil Smith-Rowe's future this week. Will he still be an Arsenal player come the end of the transfer window? And if so, what sort of role will he play for you this season?
The role like everybody else does. That's just to try to give his best to make the team better.
And your thoughts on the Champions League draw that Arsenal been given yesterday?
It was, first of all, great to see that. I was there with my kids, waiting for it. They were betting on it, and it was a great fun. It's what it is. We don't have any say on that. Some beautiful games to play, some very difficult matches to play there as well, and very looking forward to start that journey.
Lastly, does it make you even more excited for the Champions League this season?
Sorry?
Does it make you even more excited now you know the draw for the Champions League?
For sure, we were waiting for it. You just want to understand who you're playing, and once we get the fixtures and the date, even more, so we can start really preparing for those games.
Is that a competition you think Arsenal can win this year?
Well, we are participating, so we have a chance, but let's start with the first game and see where we get to.
Best luck this weekend.
Thank you.
James from ESPN.
Mikel, when Timber got injured, there was an expectation from the outside, rightly or wrongly, that you would go into the market and maybe sign another defender. From now, you're saying you're not expecting anyone else to come in. What happened? Did you not find the right player? Did you decide you've got the options internally?
Well, we've done quite a lot, and obviously we have a lot of uncertainty with a lot of players as well, so we have to be very cautious and find alternatives and ways. Not sometimes that you want to do everything that is needed. Sometimes it's not possible, and we have to adapt.
So is it a case then that had you been able to get players out?
Yeah, we cannot go and buy another 3 players, and if somebody gets injured, long term do something else. It was just not possible.
And United signed Rasmus Højlund for a lot of money in the summer. Obviously, he's not played in England yet. How much do you know about him?
I prefer not to speak about players. Obviously, it's a huge talent, and everybody's talking really highly of him, and he will have to prove that in this league.
We just wondered how unpredictable it makes United, or preparing to face United when you don't know whether a player that, big money,
Yeah.
a lot expected.
Well, I don't know. Like any other club, they would try to get their squad at the highest level and have all the different qualities that they need to challenge for all the trophies, and I'm sure that's what they're trying to do.
We'll go last topic in the live section, Kai.
Hi, Mikel. You've spoken there about how happy you are for Eddie this week. Is it arguably going to be even more difficult now to make that decision up top because Gabriel Jesus is back fit, and would you sort of feel more difficult leaving Eddie out if you need to do that on Sunday?
No, I think it's. I don't see it that way. I just see pride there, and I see a player that, at the end, is something that has happened for a reason, and the reason is the way he pushes everybody, the way he pushes himself every single day to be as best as he possibly can, and that's the headache that he gives us every single day. I said it when I didn't play against Man City, what he did it, and I'm sure that everywhere he's been, when he's been with under 18, 19s, 21s, 23s, and senior team is going to be doing the same with every manager.
And just on Emil, have you had any conversations with him since he's come back from such a successful England under 21 Euros, just to say, this is my plan to you this season, this is where we for you in the squad, or is it sort of letting him get on with it on the training?
No, obviously I had a conversation with him, and it's important for him to understand where he is, and it was always going to be tricky the first 3 or 4 weeks, not for us but for all the clubs, and you see all the rumours and all the players that are not playing, that are unhappy, and not only in this country but in every country, because it's one game per week for a month, and everybody's going with a new season with huge aspiration, and there is not minutes for everybody, and September will be very different.
And Mark?
Hi, Mikel. You mentioned 36 and I think 43 different formations in those games. Can every professional footballer do that, or when you recruit, do you have to look for players that can take those kind of things on board?
No, every player has to do it unconsciously, if possible. But every player has to do it. Some of them they do it consciously, unconsciously, provoking the right thing, making the right decision, and others they just do it naturally and they are in the wrong position a lot. But that happens in the game. That's a fact. It's like your battery life is, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. In football, there is that many structures that happen in a football match.
And is that changed in the modern game, or were you a player that would have to do a similar thing when you were playing?
Depends a lot on the position. Against Man City, there were more because they changed formation more, so it's a lot of sequences of play that permitted more structures. So it was different.
Okay, we'll now go to 10:30 tonight.